Hi everyone, this is Maria's Budgeting. Welcome back to my channel. If you're returning, and welcome if you are new. So today I'm going to be doing my sinking fund update for the month of August. So here I have my sinking fund spread along with my spending tracker. It looks like I spent from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sinking funds in total, and these are all of the transactions for the month. Let's go ahead and start calculating first for beauty. So I have a $50 transaction here along with a $30 transaction. So that is a total of $80 for the month. Next I have card tax, which is only one transaction, and that is of $305. Moving on to clothing, I do have a $10 transaction, a $15 transaction, and a $60 transaction, which is a total of $85 that I spent throughout the month. And then for gifts, I have two transactions, so 30 and 25, which is a total of 55. And then for household, I have one transaction of $50. On to personal spending, I have a $45 transaction, and that is for personal spending. This was all of my spending for my sinking funds throughout the month. So let's go ahead and calculate. I'm going to calculate over here first. So I have 50, 50, 10, 305, 30, 15, 60, 45, 30, and 25, which is a total. Yeah, that is not correct. Let me calculate again. Okay, that looks better. It looks like it's 620. Let me put that here, 620. And let me calculate this. Hopefully it is 620. So a total of 80 for beauty, 305 for card tags, 85 for clothing, 55 for gifts, 50 for household, and 45 for personal spending. 620, which is correct. Let me fold this. So 620. Let me go ahead and calculate how much I added throughout the month, and then we'll work on our ending balances. So I added 50 for adventures, 20 for beauty, 400 for birthdays, 150 for car insurance, car maintenance $50, card tags $5, $10 for casino, $100 for Christmas, 65 for clothing, 50 for electronics, 1,000 for emergency fund, $30 for family fun, $45 for gifts, 50 for health, holidays 20, 50 for home, $10 for household, $10 for investing, medical got 50, 25 for personal spending, nothing for savings. School got 50, $10 for toiletries, and 200 for vacation. So the total that I added throughout the month was of $2,450. Okay. And let's go ahead and calculate all of the ending balances. So for adventures, I started with 150. I added 50, so that is $200. On to beauty, 100 plus 20, which is 120 minus 80, it is $40. On to birthdays, we have 100 plus 400, which is 500. Moving on to car insurance, 1,350 plus 150 is 1,500. Car maintenance, 550 plus 50 is 600. Car tax, 350 minus or plus 5 is 355, minus 305 is $50. Casino, 170 plus 10, 180. Christmas, 700 plus 100, 800. Clothing, 220. Let's see, 220 plus 65 minus, 220 plus 65 minus 85, $200. Electronics is at 200 since we started with 150 and added 50. Emergency fund, we had 3,000. I added 1,000 because I finished a challenge, so that gives me 4,000 total. Family fund, 70 plus 30 is 100. Gifts, 30 plus 45 is 75, minus 55 is 20. Health, 300 plus 50, 350. Holidays, 80 plus 20, 100. Home, 1,320 plus 50, 1,370. Household, 120 plus 10, 130 minus 50 is 80. Right? 130. Yep. Investing, 230 plus 10, 240. Medical, 300 plus 50, 350. Personal spending, 120 plus 25, 145 minus 45 is 100. Savings is at 10,000 since we didn't spend nor added anything. School, 3,150 plus 50, 3,200. Toiletries, 50 plus 10 is 60. And vacation, 200 plus 200 is 400. Now I'm going to go ahead and add everything together. So Adventures has 200, $40 for beauty, 500 for birthdays, 1,500 for car insurance, 600 for cart maintenance, $50 for car tags, 180 for casino, Christmas, 800. 200 for clothing, 200 for electronics, 4,000 for emergency fund, 100 for family fun, $20 for gifts, 350 for health, 100 for holidays, 1,370 for home, $80 for household, 240 for investing, 350 for medical, $100 for personal spending. Savings is at 10,000, 3,200 for school, $60 for toiletries, and $400 for vacation. Hopefully this is right. Let's see. If we started with 22,810, I added 2,450 and then I used 620. That gives me 24,640. Now I am going to go through my binders and count the money, make sure that what I have on my planner is accurate. So we are starting off with Adventures. And for Adventures, we should have 200. So 100, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 200. And I will actually be doing a bill exchange after this video because some of the envelopes really need the bill exchange. Beauty should have 40, 10, 20, 30, and $40 in beauty. Moving on to birthdays. Birthdays has 500. 1, 2, 3, 54, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, 95, 500. Car insurance should be at 1,500, so we have 1,000 in the bank. 51, 52, 53, 50, 70, 90, 410, 30, 50, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, and 500. Moving on to cart maintenance, we should have 600. 1, 2, 3, 4, 50, 70, 90, 510, 530, 540, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, and 600. Card tags should be at 50, 20, 40, 45, 50. On to casino, it should have 180, 100, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, and $80, or $180 in casino. Christmas should be at 800, so we have 500 in the bank. 56, 57, 50, 800. Clothing is next, and it should have 200, 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, 150, 170, 80, 90, 95, 200. Perfect. Electronics should also be at 200. So 100, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, and 200. Emergency fund is at 4,000, so we have 3,500 in the bank. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 4,000. Family fun should have 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, and 100. Gifts has $20. And binder number 1 looks good. Now we are moving on to the next binder. And we're starting off with health. Health should have 350, 1, 2, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 300, 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, and 50. On to holidays. Holidays should have 100, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. On to home. Home should have 1,370, so we have 1,000 in the bank. 100, 200, 20, 40, 60, 60, 70, 80, 90, 300, 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, and 70. So 1,370 in home. On to household. It should have $80. 20, 40, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, and $80. Moving on to investing, it should have 240. 100, 200, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, and 40. Medical should have 350, 100, 50, 70, 90, 210, 230, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 300, 10, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. This is a lot of bills. Too many bills in here. So we'll definitely be doing a condensing. Personal spending has 100. So 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, and 100. On to school, it should have 3,200, and then for savings, everything is in the bank, so 10,000 in the bank. But for school, we have 3,000 in the bank. And this should be 200, 50, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, 95, and 200. toiletries should have $60. So 20, 40, 45, 50, 55, and 60. And then vacation should have 400. So 51, 52, 20, 40, 60, 80, 300, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 400. Alright, and that is actually all for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.